Time is the most valuable commodity we have, whether it's personal, aspect or business. But that just goes right back to the, you learn from your mistakes. When you go
I felt
back
like
to,
I paid for that lesson.
Well, you paid for the lesson, but like when you go to hire the new guy the next time, you're gonna have that lesson in your
I'm
back
gonna have
pocket.
those systems built up, ready for them.
100%. So like you said, you can't look at that as like I lost the money. It's like you paid for a lesson.
I did.
You paid for a business lesson.
It was a
and
good
that's,
lesson.
That's valuable.
It was really valuable.
It could have been more than 300. You could have lost
Yes.
more than that, and you didn't lose it. You spent it to learn a lesson.
Yes. I learned a lot, so much.
Well, and that's the only way to look at it, because if you look at the monetary loss, you'll eat yourself up and you'll beat yourself up and you'll be angry at yourself, and your mind doesn't realize when you're just beating yourself up or like it's actually deserved.
Yes.
When you talk down to yourself, like your body feels it, your soul feels it. And like a lot of people may not like resonate with that, but like you always got to treat yourself with respect, and I think it's easy to just be like, man, you're an idiot. Why did you throw that $300 away? Like that was the dumbest thing. Why did you? Or you take it as a constructive way where it's like, yeah, it was money well spent. Yeah, because we figured this out for $300 and it could have cost me $1,000.
Yeah, and
it could have cost me $2,000.
I figured out what I needed to figure out, and I figured out the lessons. But I'm still going through it because I'm still trying to work through the editing that I need to get done.
And the time is that's something you can't get back, but now you're better equipped.
I am.
And I think that's just the lesson for anybody in our position or trying to be in our position, is that we go through this, and I think that's something that when you see people on social media, you see a lot of like the good stuff. And it could business, personal, anything. Nobody's posting the bad. Rarely are they posting the bad or the mistakes.
I'm trying. I at one point in my life, I intentionally, because we all say that no one's posting the bad and we only show the highlights of our life.
Yeah.
I intentionally, for like a season of my life, was posting all of the bad only.
And that's awesome, because when you go on social media and you see somebody running a video production company or a bakery and all you see is like wins, you start to think like that's how their life
Distorted.
is. And in reality, they're struggling just like you. It may not be the same struggles, but they've got theirs.
Everyone is going through something right now.
Absolutely. So that's the toxicity of social media that I think is lost on a lot of people, is that they take everything so literally for face value, where it's like, that's just not realistic. When you live it, when you start a business, when you become a solopreneur, entrepreneur, whatever you're doing, and you start to experience those things, you're not alone. Like we're all struggling. We just aren't putting it out there for the world to see. And when we're posting our wins, it's because we're proud of it. But like, you got to know that there's a struggle behind that. Or if there isn't a struggle at the moment, there was a lot of struggle to get to that point. So I'm just very fortunate to have been able to come out here, do what I did, experience what I did. It's life, man. I mean, you can't expect more from what you're doing than what you're given. You just got to take everything as you get it. Every opportunity is going to lead to something else. I did so many little freebies and like big freebies too, where at the time I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of work, but man, if I get one job from that, it's worthwhile. And that's the work ethic part of it, where if you don't have that work ethic to just believe in yourself, have that confidence to go out and be like, yeah, it's a freebie, but man, if I get one gig from that, it's going to pay off. And I think that's a very important part of being a solopreneur, one-man band videographer, whatever you're doing. And that was something that I was able to manage really well, for what I was doing. I had a really good grasp of like, let's do it. Big picture. I've always been about the big picture. And it's hard because, it's delayed gratification, right? You might do something today, you plant that seed, you won't bear fruit for a year. But I've had so many jobs and gigs come up from people that I did something for free a year ago or 2 years ago that later on they're like, oh yeah, that's Steve Weed guy. Like
he does video.
He did this thing for free for us one time. Like, let's give him a call.
And I don't even think it's their line of thinking is that he did this for free. It's just a line of thinking that they inherently trust no one like you.
Exactly.
That's it. They're not even thinking, oh, he did this for free. They're just thinking, oh, I like this guy. I trust this guy. He did a good job last time. They're not even worried about the free. They're just like, I know this guy and there's value there, and I want to pay him.
No, I think that's great. I think that's a really good assessment. So yeah, all in all, man. I mean, it's bittersweet for me, to have to leave the Springs, but yeah, I'm excited.